We reached the halfway point of the 2020 USL Championship campaign, and for the first time tonight from Torero Stadium, San Diego and Reno will match up. And they'll do so with playoff positions on the line, groups A and B, the midway point of the year. And a playoff resume builder for both sides here tonight in their first ever matchup. Loyal 1868 coming your way here tonight. And in Group B for San Diego, some tough competition with Orange County and Phoenix right there at the Loyal.
Yeah, not just top two teams in the bracket, but in the league altogether. You got to look at games played. There's 3 teams within their bracket that still have plenty of games in hand, so it's more important than ever for Loyal to pick up some points tonight.
It was the 50% mark, the midway mark of the season for San Diego against Phoenix, their 8th match of the year, and a close one with some opportunities that didn't go their way.
Yeah, Junior Flemings with the world-class strike right here, but in fairness, a player that quality, you cannot give him that much time and space around your box. Fenlison does well there to play that one over, and Loyal almost pulled one back off the Moshobani header, but it was disallowed because Alvarez interfered with the goalkeeper. It was a good call. And then late in the game, Clement is only able to get a toe on it. Darnell King bounces on it. They took advantage of their opportunities.
They had chances against both Orange County and Phoenix. Elijah Martin, as the season has gone on, has gotten better and better, more accurate, and incredible to watch.
Yeah, and if you talk to Coach Landon, he says he's been one of the most consistent players for Loyals the entire year. His 1v1 defending has been exceptional, but they need him to be really involved and active in the attacking third tonight.
On the other side is Corey Herzog, number 3 now all time in USL history with 65 goals.
Yeah, Herzog is coming off a 2-goal performance versus Portland. He is a natural goal scorer, but what Russell likes is that just as importantly, he helps his team on the defensive side as well.
And has put Reno atop the table in Group A. They have won 4 of their last 5. Herzog has been on a roll, but it's really been the entire club.
Absolutely, and you see them there tied with Sac Republic. They actually have the goal differential. Important for them to not let up and take their foot off the gas at this point.
Those two have had some battles atop Group A. Reno comes to San Diego for the very first time, but it'll be a couple of former teammates from their old San Jose MLS days, Ian Russell and Landon Donovan, that match up here tonight. The opening kick is coming your way next from Torero Stadium in San Diego. We're right back.
Hurry into Sprouts Farmers Market for your favorite summer fruits. From the sweetest cherries, to mouth-watering melons, and the juiciest peaches and nectarines. Shop the freshest produce at the best prices only at Sprouts Farmers Market.
I have good news for you. You have a huge heart and a mind that was able to imagine all of this.
You're helping to save lives.
Every day. Thank you for daring to imagine health differently.
Together, we're changing the future.
For good. For good.
For good.
For good.
This is a regulation straitjacket, military-grade canvas and stainless steel hardware.
That's a very romantic sound. This is the joke. Perfect magic. You are good.
Open wide.
You are great. And you put terror in our hearts.
Penn and Teller fool us.
Monday at 8 on the CW San Diego.
Rated E for everyone.
United Soccer League, all 35 championship clubs, its players staying together in support of diversity, inclusivity, equality, and compassion. United against racism, the USL. Time now for our starting lineups on both sides, presented by Rady Children's Hospital.
San Diego Loyal will be playing in a 3-4-2-1 tonight. Stoneman will anchor a back line that's played very solidly with the Tuahene up top. He's going to be looking to get in behind and hopefully be lethal going towards goal.
On the other side for Ian Russell and this Reno club, up top, of course, with Corey Herzog and what he's done, but there's a number of players, got a lot of firepower.
Yeah, they're so dangerous in the attacking third. Reno will be playing in a 4-2-3-1 with a very strong defense that's only allowed 1 goal per game. Offensively, with Francois and Herzog, they're so dynamic and they just create havoc for their opponents.
Cristiano Francois and Corey Herzog each have 3 goals so far this year. Francois with 4 assists. That is number 4 in the USL for Reno, and they have won 4 of 5. They are on a roll atop Group A, and that battle between Reno and Sacramento has been fun to watch all year long. Now these two sides will meet for the first time. And of course, the traditional blue uniforms for Reno, 1868. The year the biggest little city in the world was founded. They're in the blues tonight, and San Diego will be in their white kits here at Torero Stadium on what has been a very hot and humid week in San Diego and really across California and the western United States, but is cooling off nicely as we get to the opening kick.
Yeah, and Adams right there picks up the foul to kill the attack for Reno.
So our first restarts, and San Diego looking to break through. There have been plenty of opportunities, even against amazing caliber clubs like Orange County and Phoenix. This is Francis Atuahene with our first opportunity, and so immediately, Shan, they come out right on the attack.
And Loyal know it's important. If they can get an early goal, that can set the tone for the game versus all the missed opportunities. So they would love nothing more than to jump on top early.
And so it is off and running here tonight. Jack Cronin, Hall of Famer, World Cup champion Shannon McMillan with you here tonight. And Shannon, let's get to our keys to this contest tonight, presented by Toyota.
The keys to the game, if you're Loyal, it's quality in that final third. Can they create and finish their opportunities? As Landon said, he wants the players to have a vindictiveness in and around the box. And for Reno, it's simple. They can't get complacent. They can't be comfortable with the results they've had, the momentum they have coming into this game. They have to stick to what works and has been working for them and stay hungry out there.
San Diego, a couple of lineup changes here. There's been some injuries up top in the formation, as Elijah Martin comes away swinging here, and it goes right to Ben Beery, the New York native, the goalkeeper here tonight for Reno. So some injuries up top. Francis Atuahene starting up top. Eric Avila, Colin Martin directly below him. And Landon Donovan's dealing with that with a little bit less of the depth where it had been a position that was pretty deep for San Diego. And that's going to be the case here tonight with all the injuries up top. Here is Francois with his first opportunity. Sends it back. Nice job by Jack Metcalf to break things up.
Both of these teams have such a similar style of play. They both want to press and try to pick that ball off their opponent in the attacking third. So it's going to be interesting to see tonight with very similar game plan, who's going to be able to execute and do it better.
Reno atop Group A. San Diego trying to keep pace with Orange County and Phoenix in Group B. It is an unbalanced grouping with the top 2 making it into the postseason. There are 5 teams in Group B, and so San Diego right there with a huge opportunity tonight to make a statement for their particular group. And remember, these 2 sides, A and B, will match up geographically in the postseason. Down the left side of the formation for Reno here tonight. And Herzog was the early target, right to tonight's starting keeper, Austin Guerrero from Chula Vista, the Otay Ranch Mustang, the 30-year-old, getting the start here tonight for San Diego, and a great opportunity for Landon Donovan in this club to have Austin in net.
Yeah, and when you talk to Landon, he said he works continually on his craft. He stays after training late. He has earned this opportunity. He is beyond excited to be out there, and he just needs to settle in and play and be a voice and keep the backs organized.
The all-time saves leader for the Portland Pilots in the WCC. Of course, you're playing tonight at Torero Stadium, the University of San Diego. Some great names when you talk about Portland Pilots history.
Without a doubt, they produce world-class national team players and plenty professional NWSL and MLS, USL.
The all-time saves leader, and it's above the likes of Casey Keller. I mean, there's some on that particular keeper list.
Yeah, that's not a bad name to be associated with, Casey Keller.
So Austin Guerrero draws the start tonight for Landon Donovan. Loyal with Grant Stoneman, the 24-year-old. Loyola, who's been so good in that center back position for San Diego, and was one of the things that even against Phoenix, where they had fallen behind and they played all the way to the end of that contest, and Stoneman was no exception.
Yeah, and Stoneman started out as a right center back. He got moved in after the first couple games to be the center back, and he's just embraced this role. He's been one of the, if not the best defender for Loyal, and he's continually just shut down top players of all the opponents. So he's definitely going to need to have his A game out there tonight with the likes of Francois and Herzog.
So a restart opportunity for Reno. The Blues have won 4 of 5 with 15 points through 7 matches. One fewer than San Diego has played. Here is Cristiano Francois out of Haiti, member of the Haitian national team. 4 assists already this year, 3 goals, tied for the team lead there. And he's played a couple of seasons in USL, but has really broken out with Reno and Ian Russell this season. Sergio Rivas.
And Coach Russell said signing Francois was the top priority for them this year. He is so active in that final third. It's just like Jack Metcalf for the Loyal. When he's whipping crosses in, good things are happening for Reno.
Rivas, a nice long-range opportunity.
Again, another bit of a misclear on Loyal's part, and Rivas hits it well. It's bending, but Guerrero had it covered and goes just outside the near post.
Well, Rivas getting an opportunity now. He finds Herzog top of the box. San Diego again, this time off of the goal kick restart, did not clear. That's well defensed. Metcalf off the stop from Alvarez. Francis Atuahene. Good turn from Atuahene. 2 defenders right on him. Able to cut it back. Atuahene. And Eric Avila was the target there, but that's great 1v2 effort.
Yeah, and that's what they want to see from Atuahene. Can he take on 1v1 and create opportunities? I think he was looking for Avila to make that diagonal run in towards the near post. Avila kind of was leaving some space for him, so a little miscommunication there, but still good offensively for Loyal to start.
Some minor injuries for Tumi Moshabane, for Ben Spencer, obviously for Irvin Parra, who made that announcement on social media this week. He's been such a warrior for San Diego, but that leaves them thin up top, and it's a great opportunity for Atuahene to get back in the starting role.
Absolutely, and that's one of Atuahene's strengths, is making those vertical runs, having that verticality, which is something that Loyal need to add to the game in that final third. But the problem is, if he's the one making the dribble, someone else needs to step in and maybe make that vertical run and get in behind.
Atuahene, originally from Ghana, was the 4th overall pick in the 2018 MLS draft. A standout at Michigan. And on loan here to San Diego. Here is Francois. Alvarez stalling nicely. Stoneman. Not cleared all the way. Richards, and this was going to be too high. So clearance, Reno right there to continue the pressure.
Yeah, and Coach Russell talked about the dynamic attacking players he has. So for Loyal, they've got to be better at clearing the game, whether it's with clearing the ball, whether it's with their head or their foot, because those little half clears, Reno's going to jump all over them, and they could put themselves in trouble.
And Reno is also positioned to try and take advantage of that. Here is Stoneman trying to break what is a pretty high press from Reno. Metcalf. Back for Colin Martin, who is playing just below the top spot tonight. Martin will have great opportunities. Eric Avila.
Yeah, Colin Martin is someone that he and Moshabane were developing such chemistry, playing off each other. So it'll be interesting to see if he can find that with Atuahene up top.
The change forced by injury. Now Stoneman stepping up. And what would have been a 50-yard field goal here at Torero Stadium. On the PFL side, that one goes high. Now Stoneman has just been fantastic. Called upon to lead the defense now. There have also been injuries on the back line, too, for Landon Donovan and Loyal this year.
Yeah, when you lose a player like Joe Greenspan, you know, you could have that moment of panic, but Clemente stepped in. He embraced the role, a true professional. And then you have the likes of Zizo, who is just such an experienced player. He's so smart. He reads the game well. And then, like we said, Stoneman, who is just literally shutting down top players in this league game in and game out.
Sal Zizo wearing the captain's armband yet again out of Patrick Henry High School. Here is Atua Hene, who's going to be taken down, and a number of whistles early. San Diego's drawn contact.
Yeah, but we've seen this referee before. He's getting control of the game early. These calls are letting the guys know these little fouls aren't going to happen. Keep it clean. If he lets them go, it starts getting chippy, and that's when you end up having a player get hurt.
This is the second time this year we've seen Ricardo Fierro at Torero Stadium. He was the center official for the LA Galaxy 2 match that restarted the season, and both Shannon and I were very impressed with Fierro during his first time officiating Loyal way back at the start of this in early July.
And now you just set the bar really high for him. Hopefully he keeps it up. But Atua Hene does well there to get his body between the ball and Janjigian, and Janjigian just comes right through him. That's a very good call.
Here's Charlie Adams. His 100th USL match, swings this one all the way around and just a bit wide on the run for San Diego. All right, it's time for the match day roll call, brought to you by Sprouts Farmers Market. Go to sdloyal.com/fans. Submit a photo of how you're enjoying tonight's match. The best photo wins a $100 gift card from Sprouts Farmers Market. A shout out to Andrew Barrett of Vista, who won last week's $100 gift card. Well done, Andrew. And again, that is Sprouts Farmers Market here, sdloyal.com/fans. Reno on the nice overlapping run for Brent Richards. A goal, a couple of assists this year. Sends this one into the box all the way through, and it's Metcalf who got a head on it and tried to clear for San Diego. Now long range and some friendly fire as this is going to go to San Diego, and a break for Loyal. That was Kevin Partita, who is from Sparks, just outside Reno. Went long range and hit one of his own players. Stoneman. And again, there's that high pressure, Partita in particular, but Reno, with this press from Ian Russell early on, it's been effective.
And Stoneman stepping forward with the ball, that's intentional. One of the ways to break lines is either with the pass or off the dribble. So if you're the center back and they're going to press, one big long touch, you get 2-3 players behind you. Players start moving on your team and things open up. So that's intentional on Stoneman as one of the ways to break the line and try to build that offense.
Great scouting here on both sides. Ian Russell has been fantastic in his 4 years now with Reno. This is his 4th season. Two-time Coach of the Year nominee in the USL ranks. He and Landon won 2 MLS Cups together in San Jose in 2001 and 2003. And he told us a great story this week about, you know, when they were almost last place in Major League Soccer in 2000. So that's how they got Landon Donovan the next year as the allocation player. But he was trying to campaign for somebody else, or a veteran player, for somebody who's much more experienced. He had no idea who this Landon Donovan kid was. And then first practice, it was pretty apparent. Here is Partita again, but rights to Austin Guerrero.
Yeah, Russell was joking about, you know, this little teenager coming in. They wanted a name, a big player, and he said it was pretty quick before they realized they scored, and it was a good choice.
Yeah, I think he said it was the very first time they practiced, like the very first time they hit the pitch. And Landon's 18. And Ian Russell's a great player himself. I mean, they actually played together in LA a little bit later on in their careers, but you know, here's this guy who's playing in the midfield going, okay, let's see this guy up top.
And what's great is talking to both of them is the respect they still have for each other. They both said they think the world of each other. They're both impressed. Russell impressed with what Landon's done so far. Landon impressed with the success that Russell's had as a coach. And they both just said they're both really respect each other and have a lot of excitement for the success they're having and that they're just good people to be around. So you like to see these healthy rivalries and meeting on the field across the bench from each other.
Well, between Ian Russell and Landon Donovan and Frank Yallop, there's some pretty good connections here at the USL level, some of those great teams.
Yeah, and it speaks to the quality of the league and how far it's come. When you have names like that that are national team players, former veterans for MLS involved in this, it speaks to the quality.
Reno with that high press, and it will be a throw-in. Partita, who went to Sparks High, won a state title there. Just outside Reno. Francois giving chase. Clementa is there for San Diego and the clear.
And that just speaks to the volumes of the confidence they have with Guerrero. First start out there, Clementa easily, you know, if a defender's not that comfortable with their keeper, they're going to play it out. He lays it off for Guerrero to clear it one time. That little play speaks volumes to the comfort level and the respect that they have for Guerrero being out there.
Guerrero had a brief stint in the Reno ranks. He actually played in the Liga MX south of the border and was in North Carolina. But now with his hometown club, the Chula Vista native at Otay Ranch, in net tonight for San Diego.
And he's someone that knows how special this is to be a part of the foundation of a professional club in your hometown. He doesn't take it lightly, and that's why he's been the ultimate professional with being one of the first guys at training, one of the last to leave. He's put the time and the effort in, and there's a lot of people that are excited to see him getting this opportunity tonight.
Speaking of opportunity, Elijah Martin has been great this year, taking advantage of his starting role. Herzog able to fling it on. Foster Langsdorff out of Portland, Oregon. Clementa there to break up the cross. And Herzog, that is a tough turn with the left foot, and he made it pretty good, just high.
And that's a natural goal scorer playing with a lot of confidence. Players of not his level would take touches, try to get it down and get the perfect shot. But Herzog, the ball is almost going away the opposite way and is able to still hit it well because that ball's coming down. Wow. Just a little bit too high, but that's someone playing with confidence and someone with the nose for the goal.
You don't see a lot of one-timers like that. And because he had to turn his body completely, almost 360 degrees to get there.
And hit it that well, absolutely.
Here he is again, Herzog, top of the box, off for Langsdorff, and Guerrero's right there. So Austin Guerrero's been involved early. San Diego trying to break through against this press is Colin Martin. Up for Tuahene now, top of the box and well off his line. Good to do so is Ben Beery.
That's a really nice ball from Colin Martin, though, because he threads the needle. It's just a little bit too much pace for Tuahene. If it's a little bit softer and textured in there, Tuahene's in on goal. But he still had to thread the needle, and that's what they want to do because that stretches Reno and then creates space in front of their backs, and that's where Colin can step in and play and set play for the Loyal in the attack.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Reno is sitting on the San Diego side, at San Diego half, trying to not almost cherry pick, but kind of just sit there and take advantage of whatever opportunities they can so deep in Loyal territory. Charlie Adams. Opportunity again, looking to find a Tuahene, who's on loan from FC Dallas. Had some great goal scoring opportunities at the very early part of this season for San Diego.
Yeah, Tuahene, and you know, scoring goals out there is the hardest thing to do. They tend to come in bundles, so Loyal just need to keep at it. When they get that first goal, I guarantee it's going to be a few of them.
Rivas, who a long-range opportunity early. Richards. Now for Tucker Bone. Midfielder out of Granite Bay. Top of the box here, Rivas again. And Colin Martin does well to break that one up. Flag's going to be up. This will be an offside call. And a restart for San Diego.
Yeah, Bone, after that magic in the corner there, a little slow to get back on sides. That's a very good call by the assistant referee there.
Yeah, it's tough sometimes on rebounds or restarts or when you're trying to play off a ricochet to catch where a player is. That's a great call. Restart for Reno. Darren Bandy, Fernando Fierro, our assistant referees. Joseph Salinas is the fourth official for the second time in a row in San Diego. Flag stays down this time, but Guerrero's right there. Perfectly played top of the box. Martin with a great turn for Jack Metcalf. Metcalf and a Tuahene. Metcalf trying to go to the touchline with the cross, and it's just over the head of Beery. Gets one hand on it. And a break for Reno, nicely done.
That is a brilliant save by Beery because Metcalf had texture on that. It was just about to drop to Elijah Martin, who was crashing on that back post. But a little just, his hand wasn't, or wrist wasn't even solid. He just got a little bit enough to redirect it. And Elijah Martin's momentum was unable to correct himself and get on that.
And volleyball would be kind of like a paintbrush type attack. I mean, you're right there. Just enough on it to deflect and redirect. Quick whistle. Stoneman colliding up top with Corey Herzog, and we'll go back to the save on a nice cross too.
Yeah, Metcalf with a little magic right there, and then he just floats that back, but you can see Beery just swats that away. Elijah Martin, his momentum just carried him in. If he didn't get a touch on that though, that could have been the goal for Loyal, that's for sure.
San Diego Loyal here tonight, hosting Reno, or heading up the road next time around. Right back into Group B play. Orange County comes up on Saturday at 7 p.m. a week from tonight. You can watch the match live on CW San Diego Channel 6 and ESPN Plus. It's presented by Union Bank. So that'll be a Saturday a week from today at 7 o'clock. San Diego at Orange County. As much as Reno is sitting on the San Diego half of the field, this game has actually been played kind of wide open on both ends.
Yeah, it's an end-to-end game. When you have two teams that like to press, they want to try to jump on those loose balls. So it's going to be let's see whose possession can force their way on the other team.
Francois. Nobody was home on a cross all the way out to the 18-yard mark. And so going to go to San Diego, and Sal Zizzo, the captain. Great back line play this year for Loyal. Playing out wide here, Reno again. And they'll switch. Since 1947, Select has been the leader in soccer ball quality, innovation. Select, the official ball supplier of USL Championship and many of the elite leagues throughout Europe. The latest Select products, special offers, visit selectsportamerica.com, selectsportamerica.com. On a run. Flag staying down, right to the top of the box. It's Herzog who just goes wide. Corey Herzog, who's got 65 career goals, just going wide.
You could tell he wants to do a little bit better on that one. But Langsdorff does well to drive to that end line and cut it back for him. Loyal got spread a little thin, and Reno's able to play through him in the back. A little disorganized there, and Reno gets a great opportunity off of it.
And here's a guy who led the nation in goals scored when he was in college. He went to Penn State. Led the nation in goals there. He had 19 last year to set the club record. Here's a Tuahene out wide for Metcalf. San Diego with a nice build-up. Metcalf to the top of the box, and he was offside. The flag is up. Oh, and it's a momentum breaker as Metcalf is called offside.
That's tough, because if you're Metcalf and you're out wide on the right, you have the luxury of seeing the entire back line of Reno. So those hurt when you could see all the backs and you still get caught offsides.
But the opportunities, you know, San Diego saw them against Orange County, saw them against Phoenix. In fact, had a goal called back. It was so close.
Yeah, it was definitely a close one. I'd have to see the replay, to be honest. But, you know, Landon's going to take that because they're pressing and they're trying to create something in that final third.
Herzog playing back this time. It's going to go long. Tucker Bone. Working against Zizo. Bone crossing here. It's going to be our first one of the night. A sliding goal for Foster Langsdorff. And Reno is up 1-0 in the 23rd minute. An easy pitch and catch on the cross. And Langsdorff makes it count.
Tucker Bone's one of those players that Coach Russell said he started off preseason a little bit slow, but he found his groove, and he's been very dangerous on that right flank. He's able to beat Zizo and just put it up on a platter for Langsdorff to put that in.
Sitting right there for Langsdorff. And this one was end-to-end.
Yeah, Bone does a good job. Cheeky little move there and then just lays it across for Langsdorff, who's wide open in the box. That's an easy finish for a player like Langsdorff.
Well, the run continues here for Reno. They have been, 4 or 5 in the win column. 15 points through 7 matches, and since the restart, they have been nearly unstoppable.
They have, and the thing that if you're watching is they go so quickly in that transition to the attack, so they're catching Loyal a little bit disorganized and going quickly, and having that, what Landon talked about, that vindictiveness in that final third, that's what Loyal need to get a little bit more.
So Foster Langsdorff breaks through for the first time tonight. Stoneman with a hard challenge. And a good switch for the Blues. Gleedle. Now playing it ahead for Herzog down to the touchline. Herzog will chip it in. Another opportunity cleared by Clementa. Break for San Diego. Clementa defending on the back line. Reno still on the attack. Long range this time. And it continues. Francois will have an opportunity. Beautiful crossover move. They say play on. Gleedle. And Clementa will clear here. Reno wanted a handball, but Ricardo Fierro says play on, inadvertent.
And he's right there on top of the play, so it's important to know. If it's not intentional, if he has his arms down, it's not a handball. The referee is right there. He had a very good angle on that.
And Metcalf was purposefully, he had his hands behind it.
Yes.
As if he was on the wall in a set piece.
Yeah, he's not going to leave anything to chance, and that's just the experience of Metcalf and the knowledge of the situation he's in.
Metcalf, the 28-year-old of Liverpool. 2 assists early in the season. And had to be played back for that opportunity. Here's Adams. It was one of the things we were impressed with Fierro the first time we saw him was the ability to make the call or not make a call, which can really impact the flow of a contest.
Yeah, he knows when to let the game play on, whether it's advantage or a no call, and also how to get a handle on it early so it stays clean. That's a situation there. Atuahene has to do a better job of getting in front of Janjigian as they're starting to build. Otherwise, it's a quick turnover. Loyal's defense can't be under this constant pressure. Atuahene has to fight to get position and hold that ball and let the defense breathe and try to build.
Chip it in, Herzog. And a nice idea. Played it down for Langsdorff, but Guerrero's right there.
Yeah, and Herzog, he's so active. He's digging the ball out in his defensive half. He's scoring, setting players up. He is someone that they need to be aware of at all times because he's making good little runs underneath.
And now he's going to get a talking to. He's still talking about that handball opportunity in the box last time down.
This is the second time he's had to have a word with him of let me call the game. You play. I'm wearing the yellow for a reason. I've yet to see a player argue with the referee and have him change his mind. So Herzog needs to be careful because it could be the first card that comes out if he keeps drawing away.
Herzog spent time with Vancouver. He's now number 3. He had 2 last Saturday, so number 3 now all-time USL history. He's 8 away from second place on the all-time list. He's already got 3 this season. Flipped ahead, Alvarez is the target from Colin Martin. And good pressure will keep possession with San Diego.
Now can they possess in this final third and create a little bit, let their defense catch their breath, and possibly get a good opportunity on goal and find the back of the net to level the game. Again, that's where Tuahene has to do better to hold that ball. Adams does well there to win it and keep it pinned in, but it's too easy right now for Janjigian to play out of that.
Tuahene is again giving chase up top. That's a great clear because San Diego had pinned Reno back pretty far. Guerrero comes off the line.
It's well played by Guerrero. Reno are playing so direct that Guerrero's going to, if he plays high like that, he's going to be able to save some of those through balls and clear them first time like that.
Initial great sliding stop by Clemente. Here's Francois. Down left side of the formation with the cross. And just played back by Stoneman.
It's a great sliding play by Stoneman. Able to just get a touch on it for Guerrero to clear. But Loyal have to absorb those wide runs. That's where they're getting hurt right now. It's Bone and Francois running through, and Herzog's even finding himself out on the side going through as well.
That one's going to be out, so to go to San Diego. When you have a player as active as Herzog is, and we're going to go to the hydration break right now, Herzog creates all kinds of havoc up there.
And that's a player who's feeling it. You know, he's scoring the goals, he's getting the assists, and he's just has the green light from Russell to just float and find the ball, find the game, because Russell knows when he's around the ball, good things are going to happen. He's going to create the havoc for opponents.
So we're 30 minutes in. Reno on a goal from Foster Langsdorff. A 1-0 advantage here. Coming up at the halftime break. This is something for folks who don't get enough of Landon Donovan. To go behind the scenes of training and what it has been like for him to be a first-year manager. To get a chance to see this is going to be awesome.
Yeah, and it's something special, and you're going to get a little snippet of it, but I'm here to tell you it's who he is. And he has just been so inspiring to all of these guys. He takes the time to get them to know him personally. He cares about them off the field. And he is just, he's going to blossom. He is going to be a tremendous inspiration and coach for years and years to come.
The positivity, the reinforcement, and obviously the experience that he brings as the greatest men's player in U.S. history. Just a great opportunity. So coming up at the break, don't miss it. We're going to go behind the scenes with Landon coming up here at the halftime break. Sprouts Farmers Market bringing you something fresh to the neighborhood. Enjoy the best in farm fresh produce, high quality meats, and aisles of good for you groceries. Plus there'll be some surprises along the way for you. Head over and see what's in season. Visit sprouts.com for all the details at Sprouts Farmers Market. And the opportunity for these guys to not only just sit around and talk soccer with Landon Donovan, but to learn from him is absolutely incredible.
Yeah, and when you look at the scoring lines, it's easy to have that emotional response and reaction and feel that it's time to panic, but it's not. You have to look beyond that. This is an expansion club during a pandemic in a shortened, condensed, brutal schedule, but they're building the culture. They're building the foundation. It's being built daily. It's being built week to week. They're establishing their style of play, their identity. The chemistry's building. The ownership, the club leadership, the guys, everyone that works so hard behind the scene, they're bought in and they believe this is for the long run. And Landon sets the tone. And what he's doing out there day in and day out with the guys, it's setting this organization up to be successful for the long road. So it's not time to panic. It's time to breathe and realize these guys have only played 8 games together. And we've already seen snippets. They're growing week to week. So good things are going to come for them.
At the hydration break, statistically, Reno leads in possession 64-36. They have outshot San Diego 11-3 and obviously have the goal. They're better on the accuracy side, 85-77. They forced Guerrero to make 4 saves in this start for San Diego. And in fact, Langsdorff, who had the goal, Foster Langsdorff, has more shots than San Diego does altogether. So they have really put the pressure on.
Yeah, it's definitely Reno taking the advantage of their opportunities. A little bit of a deflection there, but Guerrero does well to come back and save that. That would have been a backbreaker if that found its way in.
It was just a ricochet. Francois had to go redirect right to Guerrero.
That's what we're seeing. A lot of the opponents, they're taking these opportunities. You know, they're not waiting for the perfect setup because you never know what's going to happen. And that's the goal scorers, those true players that have the nose for the goal. They're taking half chances. They're throwing their body at it. They're creating opportunities out of nothing.
Jared Timmer, Michigan. Partita. But right here, Clemente able to allow Alvarez and Martin to restart something for San Diego.
It's another good non-call there. Herzog trying to make something there. And Loyal just need to relax a little bit. When good things are happening is because they have possession and they have that patience. Right now, they can't get caught up in the chaoticness because that's playing to Reno's favor. They need to get the ball, and in that attacking third, they've got to hold it and be a little bit more possessive up there.
There's a start for Alvarez right on cue. Alvarez trying to find Metcalf on the cross, and instead it's a counter opportunity for Reno.
And they throw numbers forward. They're all running at speed, those vertical runs.
Stoneman just trying to break it up as Rivas was exactly right at full steam.
That was well timed by Stoneman. That's the signs of a good defender. Let that attacking player make the mistake and pounce on it. Rivas let it get away from him. Stoneman steps, plays it off him, and gets the throw in.
Reno is already pressed and pressed and pressed. 12 shots now for Reno in the opening 30+ minutes here in this first half.
You'll hear Landon and Nate both say it. They have to value the ball. Loyal need to value the ball more when they get it, because not only does it give their backs the chance to regroup and reorganize, as we've said, but that's when the creativity and the opportunities can come. Now it's too predictable if you're Loyal.
I'm going to put that in perspective. Phoenix last week only had 10 shots the entire first half. Here a collision. And there'll be a card issued. Our first of the night from Ricardo Fierro. Both players went down. Foster Langsdorff, who had the goal, and Grant Stoneman, who's been the anchor at center back for San Diego.
I don't know, there's nothing dirty about that. I think Langsdorff just blindsided Stoneman. I think Stoneman thought he was clearing it, and Langsdorff came out of nowhere as Stoneman was going through it.
So this is going to be a dangerous restart location. A real set-piece opportunity for Reno.
You're going to see here Stoneman, he's going to clear it, and Langsdorff just comes through and gets a piece of it first. I'm not sure Stoneman really saw him, thought he had more time on the ball, but that's the pace and the vindictiveness that Reno's throwing everything at him.
Yeah, great attacking speed and pace, no doubt, from 1868 so far in this first half. Cristiano Francois will have the set piece. And here comes Francois right to the top of the box, and we're going to go for a corner now. So another opportunity for Reno.
That's an interesting play if you're Francois right there. Usually at that range, players are shooting that. They're putting that on goal, especially goal scorers.
Yeah.
Someone like Francois who has 3 goals and 4 assists, but instead he kind of bent that in for a teammate, goes out for the corner kick.
So they create yet another opportunity. Cleared, it remains with Reno. And Rivas, who took it, kind of goes short. Francois, a chip, top of the box. Collision with Guerrero at keeper. And that one will be deflected out again for another corner. It's going to stay on the attack.
Loyal's fighting for their life in there right now. They can't quite get the contact to clear it, so they're just under that constant pressure.
Rivas with another opportunity. Back-to-back corners. Guerrero gets a hand on it. Bats it away, but it's still in play. Timmer with a chip into the box. Guerrero having to give chase and then back to his line. It'll be another corner.
When you have an offensive team like Reno, you can't give them these many corners, especially back to back to back like this. They will find a way to hurt you.
There's a certain percentage here when you stack up corner after corner after corner. Rivas going short this time. Back heel flip. And it's cleared away. Francois. Herzog with a flick just wide right. Oh, and a brilliant play that just missed.
And that was such a beautiful cross from Francois. He hits that with the outside of his right foot. That's so cheeky. Most people are going to use their left. He uses the outside of his right, so it bends right into the path of Herzog, who flicks it on. It just goes wide of that back post. But what a beautiful cross, and almost incredible finish.
Wow. So opportunities for Reno. Corner, corner, corner. And how do they go on the attack again? It's Partida. Reno has had the possession, but they've also turned that into opportunities and shot after shot, too. When they're not just sitting there with it, they're coming after it.
Absolutely, and we've talked about that. They have possession with the purpose. They're direct when they need to be. They have the build-up when it's on. They came in hot. They're sticking to the game plan. That was the key. They've got to keep their foot on the gas. They can't let up. You would think Reno's fighting for their lives, the pace of the game right now, and they're taking it to Loyal.
Goes another throw in. It stays with Reno. 16 shots so far in the first half for 1868. That's the most that San Diego's given up at any point this season. 16 already opportunities for Reno.
At this point, Loyal just need to get to half. They need to have Landon and Nate organize them a little bit more so they can get a hold of this ball.
Rivas plays it back. Janjigian. Now Gleedle. Miscommunication is going to go out for Reno. Don't miss a minute of the action here in 2020. You can sign up to get alerts all year long following your club at ESPN.com. You can search for Loyal or any of your teams all season long here. San Diego tries to clear with Alvarez. Click the follow button for any of these teams. Latest news and scores at ESPN.com. Herzog with two opportunities. Gleedle with the left foot. Guerrero's right there. Well, now it's 17 opportunities. I mean, they keep coming for Reno.
Yeah, at this point, Loyal's going to go into half and have a big exhale and be thankful that they're only down 1-0. Herzog there hits it well, but then he stays with the play and he's able to play it through to Gleedle.
Playing all the way back for Stoneman. Do it again. USL continues play. Center stage for August 25th is going to be Las Vegas and Orange County here in Group B. So it's an important one for San Diego to keep an eye on. That's August 25th, 10 p.m. on ESPN Deportes for the USL Game of the Week. Here is Francois. A step over. Clemente was right there, but Gleedle winds up for another opportunity. Tucker Bone out wide for Richards, who will send it into the box. Francois is there again, and he goes high and wide with the right foot.
And right now, all the bounces are just going Reno's way, but in credit to them, they're throwing so many numbers forward. They've got 7 players flying at the back line, causing all of Loyal to collapse in defense, and then they're picking up that second ball because so many of the Loyal players are chasing back. So Loyal have to find a way to hold this ball and take some sting out of this and get Reno out of their rhythm.
The attack has been relentless from the Blues here tonight. And wide will stay with San Diego. As we approach the end of period number 1. Just 1 goal to none right now, but the shots have been there for 1868.
We saw Loyal against OC absolutely play him off the field, and OC is a little bit more dangerous with their opportunities. So again, San Diego's going to be happy to go in with this score line. If they can come out a little bit different organization, settle the game down a little bit, they're still in this.
Elijah Martin with a good crossing run. Francois, though, is back all the way on the defensive end. Clementa. The turn for Martin. Was he dragged down? No. They say play on. Approaching the end of the first half. Langsdorf, who had the goal, looking for Herzog. He was trying to go back heel.
Yeah, he was trying to be a little cheeky to find Bone running through. Luckily, the ball got stuck up on his foot. Loyal's able to clear it out.
But impressive first half from Reno. Very impressive. They've kept the pressure up. Tuahene trying to track it down.
Yeah, absolutely very good half from Reno. And the fact that they have so many numbers flying forward, it's kept Elijah Martin and Jack Metcalf pinned in the back too much.
Here is Metcalf trying for an opportunity on a cross. 2 extra minutes added on. 2 minutes of stoppage time for the first half. Gleedle pushing ahead. They say play on. Advantage for Reno. Herzog. Across the field. Richards waiting for an opportunity, sends it in. Clementa with the clear. And Ricardo Fierro is going to talk with Emra Clementa for San Diego briefly. Clementa, the 29-year-old from Montenegro, did so well his great career in Sacramento, and he is seamlessly added to that back line in San Diego for 2020. Timmer. And to Rivas. Looking for Langsdorf on the overlap, but Francois is right there to back him up. Beautiful spacing and positioning from Reno. Here is Francois, who chips it ahead for Langsdorf. And it'll be cleared. And Reno will play this one back as they wait for the whistle. Here it is. The first half come to an end, and a relentless attack after attack after attack from Reno here tonight in the first half. It's been pretty incredible.
Yeah, and Loyal are really lucky to only be down 1-0. We talked about they're both similar styles where they want to press, and it was going to be who was going to be able to outpress. And right now, Reno have Loyal running all over the place and exhausting them.
So Reno, with the Langsdorf goal, has the advantage. It could have been much more than that. The way 1868 was dominating the half on San Diego's pitch here tonight could have been much more. An interesting first half, but we are on the way for half number 2. Here you'll hear from Landon Donovan coming up in our halftime coverage tonight. 1-0 Reno after our first 45 minutes from Torero Stadium in San Diego. Halftime coverage coming your way.
Hurry into Sprouts Farmers Market for your favorite summer fruits. From the sweetest cherries, mouth-watering melons, and the juiciest peaches and nectarines. Shop the freshest produce at the best prices only at Sprouts Farmers Market.
At Chosen Foods, we are inspired by the vibrant culinary lifestyle of the Baja Med and, of course, by avocados. From our flagship avocado oil to our family of dressings, mayos, simmer sauces, and guacamoles, the versatility of all Chosen Foods avocado-based products offer you the freedom to be both healthy and creative in the kitchen. Join us in the sun-drenched utopia of Chosen Foods, the avocado. Celebrate it.
Want a perfect pair of sunglasses for your every occasion? Hit up the Knockaround Custom Shop. With over 1 million possible combinations, why not get a pair for every you? 8 a.m. I need a coffee you. Clocking a few miles you. Game day you. Happy camper you. Fun in the sun you. On the slopes you. Dog days you. Happy hour you. Si se puede you. The Knockaround Custom Shop. You design them, we build them.
Rated E for everyone.
Halftime coverage from San Diego here tonight, presented by Rocket League. 1-0 Reno after our first 45 minutes. 21 first half shots from 1868, and they lead 1-0 over San Diego. Well, it has been an incredible start, even through the pandemic, the loyal with their inaugural season, and the amazing partnerships they have developed here with the community and with each other for Landon Donovan and this great club for San Diego.
Okay, I need half the group just inside the corner of the 18 there. Doesn't matter which half you there and half on the other side in here. Hey, the first thing I want to say, no matter your touch or what happens, finish the ball, okay? Take the shot, get a shot off, no matter what happens. Very simple. You're going to start away, check in, yeah, Jack? You can turn either way and finish. Good, and finish, finish. Good, Ashley. Good, and finish. Good, Yair. Buena, papi. Quickly, Jack. Good, and finish. Finish. Love it, Jackie. Good man, Jack. Good, France. And finish. Good, Francis. Deal with whatever comes. Guys, one small detail. As someone comes hard behind you, the lower your center of gravity, the easier it is to turn. So if you're upright, it's harder. So as you play the ball in, get down, down, and then you can turn with the ball. Okay? Especially strikers, but that move and beating a guy now opens up the whole field. Good play, Ash. Good, and finish. Good, Ashley. Think about your turn like in the game. Turn tighter than you might. Well done, Jackie. Finish. Hey, hey! Finish, finish, finish! Finish. Thank you. Oh, Morgan! Love that, Morgan. Good finish, Avi. Great touch, Austin. What a f***ing touch, man. Good touch. Love it, Avi. It's a good save, Austin.
What are you on?
Touch, Austin.
Yes, us.
Good, Austin. Good strike. Finish, 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 finish.
Oh,
La primera. Buena, Yair. Good save, Jake.
That one's on one?
Love that, Jack. Ooh. Good, Elijah. That's a good miss. Good strike, Francis. Good, Yair. What a save, Jake. Some save, Jake. I don't remember. Maybe I did.
By the way, did you play Champions League anybody?
I played one game.
Again?
I got pulled after 50. That's how good I was.
Who'd you guys play?
At Anfield.
Oh, liver.
Oh. You talk about like a fish out of water. I think I blacked out. Like I was in shock, so I blacked out.
2002?
No, earlier. 2000 maybe. But I think like both teams were already eliminated, so the game didn't mean anything. So it was a bunch of like scrubs.
As soon as you left, that's when they started winning.
He was right there.
Okay, I think that's more appropriate.
The USL is proud to bring professional soccer back into our communities and across the ESPN family of networks. Follow your local club and don't miss these exciting matches coming up on ESPN2 or ESPN Deportes.
Dr. Champus, the U.S. Soccer has recently instituted the Play On campaign. Try and explain what this looks like in the grassroots communities around the country all the way to the professional level.
Yeah, Mike, I think it starts first and foremost with each of our stakeholders, whether you're a club, a coach, a parent, a player. It starts with setting a tone. It starts with setting a culture. And really setting realistic expectations, understanding that COVID is a virus is going to be with us for an unknown amount of time. The guidelines are very basic and fundamental. What Play On has really created is a single voice and something that all of us can point to as a safe and responsible way that our kids can develop, continue to play the sport, can come together in a very responsible way under the guidance of local, state, and national guidelines that really can be one that highlights our sport across the country and in the world. And Play On has demonstrated, I think, over the last 2 months, a very consistent message, and that hasn't changed.
Dr. George Champus, Chief Medical Officer for U.S. Soccer, thank you for not only your time now, but also the work you and healthcare heroes around the country have done over the past months.
1-0 Reno out in front of San Diego tonight. First half coming to a close. Turned out to be a pretty great night in San Diego and across the USL Championship. Loyal 1868 matching up in groups A and B here tonight. And now we're looking at some pretty big history-making decisions across the league. All this in just the last few days.
Yeah, goal scorers. We've seen it here tonight, but Junior Flemings, Tyler Pasher looking for the golden boot. Talk about goal scorers. They take advantage of their opportunities. They create opportunities that most people wouldn't even think of.
Flemings had a great one against San Diego a week ago. We are expanding the reach that we have here. And again, we thank everybody who's tuned in because of the stay-at-home orders here. We appreciate it so much that people are tuning in to not just San Diego, but across USL. And as tonight goes forward, it's an interesting thing to think about, you know, the opportunities that say, well, I don't know if it's Corey Herzog or for Foster Langsdorff, but this is what we're looking at here for the team of the week.
And you can see just by tonight why Herzog's on this team of the week. He's so active. He has a license to roam, and when he gets the ball, he's dangerous, whether he's taking shots himself or setting up teammates.
Creating so much havoc up top there. Again, this is Group A and B, a crossover matchup tonight. These are the two groups that would see each other in the playoffs, 1 versus 2, 1 versus 2, and here's Group A.
And from what we've seen in this first half, it is easy to understand why Reno's sitting up top like that with 15 points and the goal differential they have. They are so dangerous, and they don't give other teams any ounce of time to get settled in and find a rhythm.
This is Group B. There are 5 teams in Group B, including San Diego, sitting right there with 11 points. So they have played 8 matches to Orange County's 5.
Yeah, that's where they need to find some points. And the games like this is where character's built. Can they battle in this second half, find the equalizer, get a point, or even better, get a couple goals and take 3 points from this?
Everybody in Group A and B is in action here tonight, and this is the rest of the scoreboard across USL this evening. 1-1 at the break. Galaxy and Orange County. Phoenix hosting Vegas tonight as well, just underway.
Yeah, and Phoenix 1-0 up over Vegas. Gotta imagine they're gonna find a couple more goals with the way they go after teams.
And this tonight for the 22nd of August here, and for both of these teams, but in particular, coming up here, the road doesn't get any easier for San Diego. That's your ESPN Deportes game of the week, Las Vegas and Orange County, coming up at 7 o'clock as we keep our eye on Group B. So 1-0 right now. We're coming back with our second 45 minutes. Reno and San Diego tonight from Torero Stadium.
That's the whole mission, saving the world.
Imagine a better one.
Get in, I'll show you.
Stay naked.
Nailed it. You be brave.
Something's out there.
Let's not lose money.
I just want to say thank you.
Goodbye, boys. To going out on top together.
It's a big step.
Yeah, so I probably need a new car.
I know, that's what I'm thinking.
What is that?
That is a great deal, and that's a great car.
Cool design. I mean, a new Toyota would be awesome. Look at that offer.
Wow, I gotta say, this is a great deal, and every Toyota comes with no-cost maintenance.
Looks like it's a perfect time to get a Camry.
Yeah, gotta say.
We make it easy.
Rated E for everyone.
What happens when things converge? When faith meets science, peace meets profit, tradition meets innovation. It creates something unique. It creates a place like this, full of energy, full of beauty, goodness, and truth. It creates us, the University of San Diego.
San Diego and Reno with 1868 up 1-0-0, 21-3 is the shot differential in favor of 1868.
Yeah, Reno definitely took it to Loyal this first half, out shooting them, out pressing. Chance here early, Herzog, trouble right there, but again, Loyal struggled to clear the ball. That's a half chance by Rivas. Luckily, it just bends outside of that near post.
And there were opportunities for San Diego, Atuahene and Metcalf trying to combine up top.
Yeah, you like seeing Metcalf driving to the end line, but Beery is ready. He had Elijah Martin crashing his back post, but he redirects that out. And here's some cheeky play by Bone, a little back heel to himself, and he finds Langsdorff wide open. Clementa's got to be a little bit more aware of his runner and stay with him. There's nothing that Guerrero could have done. He's wide open there. Langsdorff sliding in, taps it in for a beautiful goal, but credit to Bone who picked him out.
So that was the only one that went through, but there were 21 shots for Reno in this opening half. Austin Guerrero made 6 saves in just the first half for San Diego as he draws the start tonight. As one shy of already the team record in this very brief Loyal history for San Diego. But already 6 saves for Guerrero. It is 1-0 Reno. We are off and running in half number 2. Landon Donovan has made a substitution. The youngster, Beverly Makangila, the 19-year-old from Congo, has come on for Eric Avila. And he will make another push, Shannon, up top for San Diego.
Yeah, and they're going to look for Makangila to come in to bring a little bit of a bite into that midfield with his tackling presence, but also he's very good on the ball. Can he help possess and set something up in the attacking third?
Francis Atuahene comes up immediately firing away for San Diego. Loyal only had 3 shots in that first half, and immediately in the first few seconds of period number 2, Atuahene gets one off.
Yeah, you can believe that Coach Nate and Landon made adjustments, are going to help these guys sort it out, and it's going to be interesting to see the response from both sides. Can they catch Reno finding a little bit of complacency and punish him for it? Or can Reno keep their foot on the gas and keep Loyal chasing all over the field?
You have to see San Diego hoping to make this kind of the reverse of the outcome of the Orange County contest, where Loyal were the ones with the pressure and the opportunities and the shots in the first half before Orange County broke through. Salciso, the captain, finding Colin Martin.
And Colin Martin, someone that in the last couple games we've seen really active finding the ball, but because Reno have been throwing so many numbers forward, the midfield for Loyal have been stuck defending versus connecting with the Atuahene in the attack.
Brent Stoneman, who pushed up early in the first few minutes of the opening period. Now does so here again to start the second period.
And he was successful in the first half when he did that. He's trying to break the lines and create some movement for that killer final pass.
Zizo with a good feed. Martin coming back to him. Carlos Alvarez. That's taken away.
Too easily given away by Alvarez right there. They're finally getting some possession and building, and Alvarez just a little bit not sure what he was trying to do there, but it's an easy giveaway. Let's Loyal out, right? But that was a good 30 seconds of
totals from the first half, 21-3 in favor of Reno. Just the one goal for 1868 out of all of that. So if you're San Diego, if you're Landon Donovan, come right back out firing away in the second half.
Absolutely, and it could be the tale of two halves. You know, that half is done. There's nothing they can do about it. They can adjust and react, or they can have the pity party and just feel like it's over. So it's interesting to see. Already they're trying to play.
Langsdorff was the one who had the lone goal here in this match. Finds Rivas and Herzog behind him. Right on through. Clemente with an opportunity to restart for San Diego, and he sends it up top for Francis Atuahene. Guerrero is well up and clears.
That's a good clear from Guerrero. He does well to read that. Loyal have got to, if they can't win that first ball, they've got to pick up that second ball and try to get that possession.
Again, 6 saves in the first half for Austin Guerrero, the 30-year-old from Chula Vista.
I think he was a little bit more busy than he would have liked to have been.
Yeah, just a barrage from Reno in that first half. Sal Zizo, the captain, pushing up the left side of the formation. Zizo to the touchline. Cleared away. Martin is there. Charlie Adams in his 100th match. Career USL ahead. Martin. And just too far here. So again, San Diego, though, putting a little bit of pressure on to start the second half.
Yeah, they're definitely being a little bit more creative and having more patience in that final third. That little final ball from Charlie Adams to Atuahene was just a little too heavy. But at least they're looking to find that killer final pass.
Herzog plays it ahead. Rivas is the target. Makangila is back there, and it'll be a corner for Reno.
A little miscommunication there from Guerrero and Makangila. Guerrero was coming for Makangila, though, but you know what? In that instance, if you're not sure your keeper's going to get it, it's better to be safe. But the AR was on top of that. He called offsides. He let the play run to see if Loyal would pick it up. If Guerrero had picked it up, they would have let it play on. But because he didn't, it was out for a corner. He rightfully brings it back to the offside call.
Yeah, there you go. So they were playing advantage, and because it would have been a corner, instead, the offside flag stays up. So that's a good break for San Diego. Here's Makangila. Youngster. He came on at half here, so 45 minutes in with an opportunity to showcase. Clemente. A little bit of real estate to work with. Clemente for Atuahene. Cuts it back. Atuahene with 2 defenders all over him. Metcalf out wide. Elijah Martin. Down the line. Martin with the left foot. Crossing right back in front of the goal. There's nobody there.
But already Metcalf and Martin are active on the flanks in the attacking half. They played so much defense in that first half, and that all started because Clemente won the ball and he drove forward, broke the lines, and was able to put when you're throwing that many numbers up top, if you can break the line, you're going to put 3-4 players behind you. So that's well done by Clementa to start that early off.
It's been interesting to watch the way that Reno sets up. The average positioning in that first half, they had 7 players in the attacking half. And there's just, they're so dominant forward. If San Diego can break through, it's an opportunity.
And I guarantee that's exactly what Landon and Nate pointed out at halftime, that they're vulnerable. They've got to expose that, though. If they don't expose them for that, they're going to get hurt by letting the numbers keep coming running down their throats.
This one played all the way back for Austin Guerrero. Reminder, fans, San Diego Loyal season ticket memberships are now on sale for the 2021 season with a $50 deposit. Priority seating, San Diego Loyal for next year, sdloyal.com/tickets. You can email tickets at sandiegoloyal.com, online sdloyal.com/tickets.
And a huge thank you to all of our season ticket holders. We wish you were all out here, but a special shout out to one of our newest season ticket holders, Melody Hyde. Melody lives in Billings, Montana.
How about that?
Watched the team, fell in love with them, bought season tickets for next year. She's going to travel for a couple of them, but for the game she can't make, she wants her tickets donated to local first responders.
Brilliant. Thank you. That's awesome.
That just aligns with the club and the values. It's such an amazing thing to see the impact that these guys are having, not only here locally, but outside of the state. So a huge thank you to Melody, and I'm sure all those first responders get the receiving end of those tickets will enjoy it and appreciate it.
That is absolutely fantastic. And again, for people to look ahead already for 2021 and then to also make the donation. Kudos.
Yeah, and you know, Coach Russell pointed that out yesterday when we spoke to him too. He said everything that Loyal have done on and off the field has been first class, and that is getting out. So people want to be a part of this, and again, it goes to that foundation and what's being built.
Very, very cool, and there's great stories like that out across San Diego and across the country. Here is Makangila playing it back for Stoneman. Langsdorf, who has the goal, and that's going to go out wide. Zizo, a quick restart. He's able to push forward. Here's it to a Henning. And it'll be a corner for San Diego. So after Loyal were pushed back all the way in that first half, finally a corner opportunity.
Absolutely, and it's coming from the pressure right now. They're pressing well, they're playing quickly, and they're getting Reno on their heels, and you can sense a little bit of frustration building within Reno. Can they now punish them and get this game even?
So Jack Metcalf will head over to take the corner for San Diego. He and Elijah Martin will line up close at the flag. A rare corner opportunity for San Diego tonight. Metcalf sends it back up top. This is Adams. Plays it in with the left foot. And now Loyal will have to track back to avoid the counter. How about Makangila giving chase there? With the fresh legs off the bench at the mid-time, at the half break. Right back there defensively.
Yeah, but the speed of Gleedle, he almost snuck through Makangila and Adams. So Makangila did well there to kill that play because he was flying, and if he had a touch on that, he would have been in. So that was well defended because all the presence, the headers were up in the box, which is the whole back line. Adams and Makangila did well to kill that.
Metcalf with a little bit of real estate. Plays it out wide. This is Zizo. Martin to the line. And it will be a corner for San Diego again. So back-to-back set piece opportunities.
And both corner kicks are coming off of Elijah Martin driving to that end line and trying to get a cross off. That's the magic of driving to that end line. You're either going to get a cross off and a potential opportunity, or you're going to force a corner kick. And you can set up your set piece and what you worked on the training grounds.
Metcalf went to the top of the formation in Adams last time. Let's see what they do here. Swings it in. Right to the top of the box, and it's headed away. Makangila sends it back in. Clementa is the target this time. Adams. There's Elijah Martin, so San Diego setting it up again. Alvarez, top of the box, Colin Martin, turning. Martin with a shot, it's blocked wide. Beery gets 2 hands on it. Martin with a turn, right at the semicircle up top, and it's just batted wide.
Already such a difference from Loyal this half, and you know, about 3 or 4 headers in a row here, but Elijah Martin smartly plays that down. Alvarez finds Colin Martin there. He tries to bend it around, but Beery fully outstretched, able to get his fingertips on that.
And here's Tucker Bone, who set up the last goal. Bone, crossover move. Guerrero, one-handed stop. Still in play from Akangila. Guerrero just pure reaction and a one-handed stab.
And that is so much harder than he just made that look. That is coming in so quick. You're right. It's just a pure reaction to get a hand up, solid wrist, and just bats that thing out.
Carlos Alvarez. And to maintain possession for San Diego. Zizo will continue to move.
And the urgency you can sense out there with Loyal, that's the difference for him this half.
And we're going to get the training staff on for Reno. This is Kevin Partita, the Sparks native. In the 58th minute. What a difference here in the second half, Shannon.
Absolutely, and again, it's that sense of urgency from Loyal when they have the ball. That's what Reno had the entire first half, and they're trying to create something. They need to keep pressing. They need to keep this urgency up and the possession and creating the chances in that final third. And as we've said, it's so hard to find that goal, but when they finally get one, it's going to come in bundles.
So I think we've gone to the hydration break given the injury timeout. So we've gone to the hydration break for the second half here in the 58th minute. And after Reno outshot San Diego 21-3 in the first period, it has turned completely around for the second half.
And it's coming from that urgency again. They're being a lot quicker and more deliberate in that final third, picking players out and holding the ball in that final third, which is allowing their personalities on the flanks, Metcalf and Martin, to push forward into the attack. In the first half, they weren't able to hold it, so Metcalf and Martin found themselves just defending the whole time.
All right, we've got a substitution, so Partita is going to come off, and Mohamed Dabo from Senegal is going to come on for him out of that injury.
He replaces number 89.
And I think I was wrong. I don't know. We went to the official hydration break there, so it's just the injury, and it is a substitution, unfortunately, for Reno.
And either way, Reno's going to hope to use this to kind of take the sting out of the game that Loyal's injected right now. And if you're Loyal, you've got to keep pressing.
There's Colin Martin, who just had that shot, finds Elijah Martin. Matua Hene. Having to come back to it. 2 defenders on top of Matua Hene with a left foot. That's why.
And you like Matua Hene taking advantage of that shot, but all of San Diego's shots are coming from outside the box. Elijah Martin's done well to drive to the end line, but they've got to try to get in that box, create a foul for a penalty, or get something a little bit more high percentage on frame.
Well, as they try and work into the box, the possession numbers have completely flipped from the first half to the second half. Now San Diego in these first 15 minutes of period number 2 has the advantage 64-36 in terms of possession. 64-36 San Diego.
And that's the reaction and the change that Landon and Nate want to see at halftime, but now they've got to find that goal.
That's the next step. A complete flip from the first half to the second. Elijah Martin. It's going to stay with San Diego.
And when you have a team like Reno who are so dangerous on that attacking third, if you make them defend this much, they're not going to have the legs and the energy to press you and be that creative in their attacking third.
Makangila. Sending it back for Stoneman. Adams. Herzog got a piece of that, and in turn has won back possession. Herzog sends it ahead. Flag stays down here, and Guerrero's going to come right out to it. Wide open goal, though. Bone will take the shot, and it's in. Goal was completely open, and Tucker Bone made it count. Second goal of the match, 2-0 Reno.
That play started with Herzog. He knew Loyal had all their players pressed up. He plays that ball blindly over the top. And Guerrero does well on the initial save, but unfortunately he slipped. I think if he had kept his feet and didn't have that slip, he would have been able to get back and clear that off the line. He does well here, but you see him kind of lose his footing and Bone. That's just game awareness. Takes a touch to settle it and just plays it in goal. It's a great finish, and that's taking advantage, making the plays when you need to make the plays. Tucker Bone.
So Bone gets the goal for Reno. It's 2-0. Reno, after taking 21 shots in the first half, had 1 here in the second and then made that one count.
You've heard Landon talk about it. You have to have people that can make those plays. That's what Reno's done tonight, both goals. They've made the plays when they had to.
Trying to answer now, Francis Atuahene. Alvarez with the left foot. And a nice opportunity right away for San Diego. Just a foot or so wide.
And that's a good reaction, and we've talked about it. They've got to grind and grind until they get that first goal. And that will be such a surge for this team that more will follow.
And San Diego playing to a scoreless draw against Sacramento. Then Phoenix, Orange County, now Reno, all with a 2-0 advantage. And so Loyal trying to break through for this month. And there, it just, we talked about it during the Orange County match, Shannon, but San Diego had possession, had opportunities, had chances, and then on the counter, Reno takes advantage.
Yeah, and again, it's a process. And the thing is, these guys, they've bought into what Landon's doing and what he's building. It's going to be a process. They need to just keep grinding.
There's Rivas long range.
Because all of this adversity, all these struggles, it's building the character and the fiber of this team. And again, I can't say it enough. There's so much belief into what's being done here. It will pay off. It may be hard to see that right now, but it will pay off, and it'll be all the more sweeter because when it's hard, it makes it that much more special.
Reno taking advantage. They didn't have the opportunities here in the second half that they had in the first. Tucker Bone with the goal, and now Herzog on the cross. Herzog had 2 goals last Saturday. Sends it on back. That was Langsdorff who had the first opportunity. Francois back to Bone again. Herzog turns with the left foot. High.
And Loyal, as they continue to get deeper in this game and press numbers forward, they're going to get opportunities like this against them because Reno is so good on that counterattack. They can play that direct ball. So this game's going to continue to open up and be end-to-end as Loyal search for that first goal.
And plenty of time for that.
Absolutely.
66 minute here. Atuahene taken down. Alvarez plays it on top for Colin Martin, who just had another good opportunity. Martin with 3 defenders around him. Goes underneath. Alvarez bending it in. Alvarez breaks through for San Diego. After the drought here in August, it's Carlos Alvarez who comes through.
You can feel the energy from the sideline to the field. Get that monkey off your back. Colin Martin, he does so well. He's got 3 players on him. He threads the needle. It's finally a fortuitous bounce for Loyal, and Alvarez does well to just bend it perfectly out around the outstretched Beery. That's a great build, and that's what they want. They're responding.
So Carlos Alvarez, the 29-year-old from Los Angeles, with the first of the season and the first here this month.
And the first shot from inside the box. for Loyal.
And after all of the opportunities as well. I mean, that's that you get closer and closer and closer. All right off the goal, voting open right now to pick tonight's Chosen Foods Man of the Match. Go to sdloyal.com/fans. Choose between 4 candidates for tonight's Chosen Foods Man of the Match. Voting closes in the 85th minute. So sdloyal.com/fans. This is going to go to Reno. So as we said, there was still plenty of time. All of a sudden, they're a little different now.
Once you get that first goal, that confidence, what it does for these guys out there right now, they know now finally that monkey's off their back. They have had the better run of play. The goal that just got scored on them was against the run of play, a little bit unfortunate, but they know they're still in this game. They get another one, tie this up, and then that third one can come as well.
Carlos Alvarez with a huge goal for San Diego. Regardless of how this match winds up, it's an enormous goal to just finally break through. Guerrero comes up to it, and San Diego restart, but not just breaking on through.
Absolutely, and it just, again, it can't say it enough. It shows the belief and how bought in these guys are with what's being done, because going down 2-0 after the last few games and the struggles to score, they kept at it, they kept fighting, and again, that just builds what will be the fiber of this team.
San Diego's had plenty of opportunities in the second half. In fact, way more. Alvarez, another quick opportunity here. It'll be cleared away. You can follow Loyal or 1868, whoever your team is, the rest of USL Championship all season long on ESPN+. It's the home of USL, MLS, UFC, and plenty more. Nearly 8 million sports fans have already discovered ESPN+. Watch the championship live every week. Sign up today, ESPNplus.com. Stoneman getting in front of that one, slowing down the attack. And it's punched ahead. Richards on the cross, and Guerrero's right there. Good communication that time.
Absolutely. Clemente knew. He took a peek over his shoulder. No one's there. He lets Guerrero come for it, settle the play a little bit. And with this change that Loyal made at halftime by bringing Makangila in, he's dropped more into a defensive 6 role alongside Charlie Adams, which has pushed Alvarez up alongside Colin Martin. And that's why Alvarez was able to make that vertical run into the box and get on the end of that.
Pretty nifty move by Colin Martin as well to set that one up. A little nutmeg action right there on through. He had 3 guys trying to defend what would be the eventual assist.
That patience and that confidence right there to thread the needle. He's threaded the needle a couple times tonight. And finally, a little bit of a fortuitous bounce for Loyal. They deserved that.
And for all of the opportunities, going back to Orange County, even to Phoenix, where a goal was disallowed. And then here in the second half, Martin feeding that one for Alvarez. Now Francois on the build-up. Francois to the top of the box, and Stoneman is there. Adams with a switch. Here's Metcalf. San Diego still with 20 minutes for a possible equalizer. Here's a Tuahene coming to the top of the box. The Tuahene stays with it, and it's taken away.
That's what they need a little bit more from a Tuahene in the first half, is to hold that ball and spin off of the defender, and then he tries to thread the needle to Alvarez, but he'd actually run offside, so he would have been better to fake that and keep driving in. But that's better from a Tuahene.
He's going to be necessary to these build-ups for San Diego as they try and equalize. First goal since July 25th. It was Irvin Parra who had the last goal for San Diego. Right around that same kind of time, that 65th, 66th minute, as Alvarez's breakthrough goal here in this one. Stoneman with room. Pushing ahead, he's going to go long range and wide.
Yeah, that's a little bit ambitious from Stoneman on his left foot, but you can't fault him. He's pushed up at the path's clear. You might as well take the opportunity. It would have been better to have that on his right foot and drive it on goal.
Well, if you're on the road and you can't tune into us here or the broadcast for San Diego Loyal, you can turn on Sirius XM FC, North America's only 24/7 source for soccer radio. Ray Hudson, Tony Miola, Andy Marsh. Fans of the USL can now listen to the best matches of the week. This one goes long range here, and it's batted away by Beery. Another opportunity. San Diego knocking on the door once more. That one stays in play. So USL, MLS, Premier League, UEFA Champions League, Sirius XM FC, long range for Clementa. That one long. It's channel 157 on Sirius XM and the Sirius XM app. So high from Clementa. Clementa and Stoneman have taken the last two here.
Yeah, but Clementa, he's one of those players that can hit that sweet spot and hit such a well-driven ball. So I like that opportunity coming from him. And again, they're having success when their center backs are driving forward. Reno doesn't have an answer for them.
In the first half, the shot totals were 21-3 Reno. In the second half, it's been 7-4 San Diego. And each team has broken through here in period number 2.
Absolutely, but if you're loyal, you've got to appreciate the response out there. They didn't panic. They've stayed to it. They're bought into what's going on and what they're building. They would love nothing more than to get this equalizer right now.
Zizo makes the turn. Up top for Atuahene. Alvarez was trailing, just one more bounce. Adams resetting. Back for Atuahene. He makes the run. Atuahene down to the line. Crossing right over a face of goal. Just wide.
Metcalf was so close to being on the end of that. Sliding effort from Metcalf, but brilliant by Atuahene. He takes Timmer on 1v1 and drives to that end line. That is so dangerous. When you can hit a ball like this, he drives to the end line. When you can hit a ball that fast, you know, even if Metcalf can't get on, that's so dangerous because Reno's flying against their own goal. Even his own goal could come off of that.
That's a wonderful point. We have reached, this is the official hydration break here, brought to you by Stone Brewing. When it comes to craft beer perfection, leave no stone unturned. Visit the Stone Brewing World Bistro and Gardens in Escondido or in Liberty Station. For your outdoor dining and fresh beer on tap, you can locate Stone Beer near you at find.stonebrewing.com. Well, that's an excellent point. Just setting up the opportunity that Atuahene had there. When it flies in front of an open goal, anything could happen.
Absolutely. It's so dangerous because, as we mentioned, the defenders are flying back, trying to defend their own goal. So even just as hard as that hit, a little deflection, there's nothing Beery would have been able to do. But Jack Metcalf also almost gets on it on the back end.
Chosen Foods has all your culinary adventures. Chosen Foods family of products, whether they are simmer sauces, dressings, cooking sprays, plenty more. Game Time Fuel is presented by Chosen Foods because avocado. Visit chosenfoods.com for more info here during our hydration break in half number 2, brought to you by Chosen Foods. So San Diego, an advantage in shot totals and opportunities. And even though Reno has a 2-1 advantage right now, San Diego continues to knock on the door.
And the difference this second half is, and Landon mentioned it yesterday, Reno are going to press in these 1v1 battles. And if Loyal can beat their 1v1 battle and then commit the next defender, they're going to create numbers up opportunities. And that's what we're seeing out here with the center backs driving forward. They're creating up numbers up opportunities. And that's exactly what Landon wanted. Probably would have wanted to see it a little earlier in the game, but at least we got there.
Well, how about this? Ashley Nazira is on for his second opportunity for San Diego. Got into the Phoenix match. The 24-year-old from Mauritius is now on for his second professional appearance here in the U.S. So Nazira moves up top and replaces Elijah Martin for Loyal.
With some fresh legs, they're going to look for him to get in behind and be dangerous in that box.
Stoneman from Makangila, and he'll look to push. This was effective early. Zizo, by the way, remember, he started that run, went nearly across the pitch before Atuahene had the cross.
Yeah, the effort they're all putting in out there tonight is incredible.
Here's Nazira, top of the box, goes with the right foot, and it's just wide. So Nazira, a shot early on.
That's a great presence to have when you're coming off the bench. Your first touch is a shot like that. But credit to Jack Metcalf with the cheeky little slip ball to put him in.
Nazira, his second appearance tonight, replaces Elijah Martin. Stoneman, and he's going to draw the whistle on the 50-50.
And that's a great call. He did get undercut a little bit there by Langsdorff.
Here's Stoneman on the restart. Clementa for Colin Martin, who had the assist early. As we played out wide for San Diego.
And that comes from the pressure. Francois has nothing to do, no options, because Metcalf's pressing him. Easy throw in for Loyal.
There's Makangila. Sends it up top. Alvarez already has one goal in the match. Adams plays it down. Stoneman's going to go all the way back to Guerrero.
Just so smart on Stoneman's part. Does well to hold the ball and keep possession by relieving pressure by going back to Guerrero. Let him find that dangerous deep ball.
Alvarez off a nice play from Nazira as well to set that one up.
Yeah, he's just trying to do a little too much there. It's a 1v2 situation. But when you've been the goal scorer and that's been the monkey on the back, why not?
Hey, that's a huge goal for San Diego, a breakthrough goal here in the month of August.
Absolutely, a much needed goal and something to build off of for them.
Nazira, Makangila, Martin, all pushing forward. Now Francois with Clementa giving chase. Tucker Bone already has a long-range goal in this contest. Broken up by Stoneman. And Makangila draws the contact of a restart for San Diego.
And that's what Landon loves about Makangila. He is going to fight and throw his body out there to win the ball. He wins the free kick and gets Loyal out of trouble.
Here's Atuahene, who had that great cross last time down. Atuahene playing for Nazira. Turns it around. Nazira for Atuahene. On the turn again to that familiar spot. And just trying to stay with it. Stoneman now. This is where it can get dangerous for Reno if they launch a counter. Clementa smartly plays it back for Guerrero.
Yeah, they don't want to take any chances back there of Clementa losing it. They want to relieve pressure because Zizo's flying up, Stoneman are flying up, Clementa are flying up, so they're leaving themselves with two in the back. So they know they're susceptible to the counterattacks. They want to kill it as soon as they can.
Alvarez already with one chance. Alvarez moving to his right. Back for Nazira. Top of the box, and it's defended well. Clementa stepping right in. It will go out for Reno. The USL's elite pre-professional platform is the USL Academy. It allows clubs across the USL to build a pathway to pro soccer, bringing together the top local talent at the youth level. And you've got the first Academy Cup events. Clubs now can apply to participate in the USL Academy League, which kicks off in the spring of next year. For more information, visit usl-academy.com. You can search the hashtag USL Academy on social media. So a substitution for Ian Russell and Reno. Aiden Apodaca will come on, and he'll replace Foster Langsdorff, who has scored already in this contest for 1868.
Langsdorff's put in the work tonight. He's been very active up there, so for Reno, it's an opportunity to get fresh legs and possibly hold the ball a little bit more in their attacking third and take the sting out of this game because San Diego is pressing.
Zizo cuts that one off. Rivas plays it out wide. Metcalf trying to step in front of that one, but Rivas now will have an opportunity. Herzog is lining up dead on the goal. Ooh, and that one redirected wide for a corner and a break for Reno. It goes into the corner. Zapadaco just got in.
Yeah, he's making an impact. He finds a seam right there, and he's looking to get the cross off and just plays it off of Makangila. Allows Reno to push their numbers up and see if they can be dangerous on this corner.
So they send it in, going back post. Richards is there, but it's going to go wide.
You see the sense of urgency in Guerrero grabbing the ball. He wants to go quick. He knows they have the momentum right now. They have the urgency. They want to get that equalizer.
Metcalf. Makangila's got Nazira in front of him. And now Metcalf on the overlap. Trying to set up the cross for San Diego. Metcalf with two defenders. And he'll play it out wide. It's going to go, though, to Reno.
That's well defended for Reno. Timmer keeps his feet. He drives and forces Metcalf out wide. And this pace he was running, it goes out for a throw-in. That's great patience out of Timmer.
The statistics have really swung in San Diego's favor for the second half. Unfortunately, Reno scoring on that counter, which was brilliant.
Yeah, it's a brilliant goal, but it's also a bit of a heartbreaker because Guerrero read that long touch. Unfortunately, loses his footing. Otherwise, I really think he would have been able to get back for an easy save on Bone's shot.
Clemente will track it down. In the first half, on the accuracy side, Reno 85-73. San Diego has switched that in the second period. 85-71 Loyal. Herzog with the opportunity, plays it ahead. A one-on-one chance now. Apodaca all alone, moving to his right. And it'll be the third of the night for Reno. Apodaca just onto the contest. And it's 3-1 Reno. One-on-one right to the goal.
And you can see the relief in Reno. They know they were on the ropes. That goal was so important for them to kind of take the sting out of the game and some of that energy out of Loyal. And that's a well-finished ball because Guerrero does well to drive him wide. Clementa's busting back. He's just a little bit too far of the near post. If he'd made it more towards the center of the goal, he would have been able to clear that off. So that's a difficult ball to save. Apodaca played it against the momentum of Clementa, even though Guerrero did well to shepherd him out.
Hey, you might think that's an easy goal. That's a tough shot there because the geometry was taken away. So Apodaca, nicely done. But it is 3-1 Reno now here, 5 minutes to go. And Ian Russell with his sub coming right off the bench into the net.
Yeah, that's when the coach, it's a brilliant coaching move. But again, that was a lot more difficult than it looked.
Yeah.
And that's the quality of Russell saying his offensive players are so dangerous. And to go to the bench and have someone like that step in and put a finish away like that is incredible.
Well, for the first time in their inaugural season, San Diego has given up 3 goals. This is after seeing the likes of Phoenix and Orange County, so a tribute to Reno. Latuahene is dragged down.
And again, we can't say it enough. It's a process. And what you like right now is Loyal, their heads aren't down. They're still battling. They're still trying to have that urgency. They're still trying to play. They're trying to find another goal. They are not giving up.
And that's why I think that Alvarez goal is so important. Given the result here, given what has happened this month, that Alvarez goal really is big.
Absolutely. And when you have injuries and changes up top, just when the team was finding their sense of rhythm and identity, there's some changes. It takes a little bit of time to build that back up. So they've responded well. They got exposed in the first half. They learned from it and responded well.
Stoneman stays onside. He has pushed forward now from that center back spot. Stoneman, and he will be drawn down. So it is a restart and a set piece opportunity from a dangerous spot on the field for San Diego.
That's well done by, that's your center back.
I know.
He's up there throwing his body around trying to create something. If that doesn't tell you that there's belief amongst these players, I don't know what else does.
Well, I mean, last week is a great example. Stoneman's there. He's flinging his body around. He saves that one that got past the keeper. And so all of a sudden, like, that's playing to the last minute there. It's awesome.
And Stoneman is someone who has just embraced a leadership role with how he plays. He may not be one of the loudest players, but he is so solid. You know what you're going to get from him day in and day out.
Here's Charlie Adams on the restart, and it's punched up high. Nicely done by Ben Beery. It will go as a San Diego corner. Beery has been great tonight. A solid performance in net for Reno.
And that's a brilliant save by Beery because that was coming in with pace and bending, but he got enough on it to push it over the bar.
So here's Metcalf to send this one in. Metcalf high into the air. A lot of traffic in front of the goal, and Beery picks it up. So it just didn't quite hit home. There was plenty of white jerseys there.
Yeah, Nazir is actually the one that got a piece of it, but there wasn't enough power to get by Beery, who'd actually stayed home. If he had come for that initial ball, the goal would have been wide open, but he stayed and was in the right position.
Great patience now on the pass. This one from Francois is batted away on the other side by Austin Guerrero.
That's a good save by Guerrero. He actually gets both hands on that. A bending ball that would have been right into that near post.
And Guerrero now has the club record. It is obviously early in franchise history, but a nice performance with 8 saves. Club record now in goal for a single match. So remain with Reno. Time winding down here. And as Guerrero does things on the defensive end, you're looking at the offensive side too. With 12 shots in just the second half, that also is a club record for the early part of this year.
Yeah, and we've seen it. It's happening in glimpses with the Loyal right now. They need to find that consistency and put together a solid game, but we're seeing it in glimpses, and it's a lot of promising things. Again, the process of it. So the more and more they can score these goals now, it'll help them to keep building and have that confidence, and then you start seeing the glimpses be longer and longer.
Alvarez, who had the breakthrough goal for San Diego, that made it 2-1 before Apodaca scored.
There's your leadership by Herzog. Plays it all the way back, trying to just kill off the time.
Apodaca off his performance, getting the ball in nets, down to the corner here and saving a little bit of time. Herzog draws contact. We'll get our stoppage time decision. Herzog, who's had such a wonderful career, moving into 3rd place on the all-time scoring list, USL history. 3 minutes of stoppage time added on in a 3-1 contest. Bone, who scored on the open net earlier. And it will remain with Reno. We'll get a substitution for San Diego now. Carlos Alvarez, who scored for San Diego, will come out. Yair Jayan will come on, the 22-year-old from Panama. And we'll see the pitch for Landon Donovan and Loyal as Alvarez comes out. And a tip of the hat for the first goal this month.
Yeah, and Alvarez, he's starting to cramp up out there, so this is just to give him a break. He worked hard all night. He was the benefactor of that goal from that hard work. And a good evening for Alvarez on that offensive part this second half.
Herzog will play it in. Actually was called for falling on top of it there. A little handball action. Hey, taking the time off. That's all they're doing.
Yeah, a little gamesmanship. They're in no hurry to get the ball in or crosses. They're going to kick it away. Just let these last few minutes roll off.
Well, Reno's going to continue their tear. This is going to be 5 of 6 for 3 points for 1868. That's how good they have been, and this is their halfway point of the 2020 campaign.
They have been good, and it speaks to the grind that Loyal have. From having 2 of the top teams in the entire league in your bracket to your crossover game being to the leader who's dominating their bracket, it is not an easy road for Loyal. They know that, and they'll learn and get better from this, but it just speaks to the quality of teams they're playing against.
And we've got a whistle here, and that's just outside the box. And so it was Zizo who was taken down. Not a PK opportunity, right outside the box. And the 22-year-old, Ayer Giant, will line up with Charlie Adams.
More than likely the last opportunity for Loyal.
Going to be Adams who takes it as he swings it just over the crossbar.
He just got a little too under that one, and it carried over. He's usually so dangerous from there, and when this late, at least make Beery make a save on that one.
So Reno with a goal in the first half, 2 more in the second period. And they're well on their way to 18 points now atop Group A, 8 matches through the season.
And their goal differential is just completely off the charts, but credit to Loyal because it was a tale of 2 halves. I think they'll be happier with how they played in the second half, even though the scoreline doesn't fall in their favor.
These 2 great former teammates, 2 former champions in San Jose, twice over, Ian Russell, Landon Donovan. These after this match tonight, able to confer, and you're right, Shannon, it was 2 different halves. In the first half, Reno outshoots San Diego 21-3, and in the second half, Loyal actually turned that around.
Absolutely, they definitely flipped that. And our man of the match tonight, Carlos Alvarez, scoring the first goal for Loyal, stepping up into more of an offensive role this second half. I think that benefited Loyal, and it's something for Landon to think about moving forward, putting Beverly Macangila in, but kudos to Carlos Alvarez for getting that much-needed goal for Loyal.
Our Chosen Foods man of the match, Carlos Alvarez. And here is that goal. And a great start from Colin Martin to set up Alvarez.
Yeah, that patience by Colin Martin. He draws 3 defenders, threads the needle, and again, finally a good bounce for Loyal. Alvarez jumps on that, and a nice bending ball outside the outstretched hands of Beery. That's a quality finish.
Our goal brought to you by Rocket League here. So San Diego falls 3-1 to Reno, 1868 atop Group A with 18 points. But Carlos Alvarez does break through for the first time for San Diego here this month. That is your final tonight. 3-1, Reno out on top. Right back to wrap things up from Torero Stadium.
I have good news for you. You have a huge heart and a mind that was able to imagine all of this.
You're helping to save lives.
Every day. Thank you for daring to imagine health differently.
Together, we're changing the future.
For good. For good.
For good.
For good.
Hurry into Sprouts Farmers Market for your favorite summer fruits. From the sweetest cherries, mouth-watering melons, and the juiciest peaches and nectarines. Shop the freshest produce at the best prices only at Sprouts Farmers Market.
Rated E for everyone.
3-1 is the final. Reno over San Diego atop Group A. And with the numbers certainly favoring 1868 in that first half, with 21 shots to just 3. Austin Guerrero had a busy night. He's tied the club record.
Yeah, he was probably busier than he wanted, but that reaction save right there, he's on his toes. Bones hits one point blank right at him. He gets the hand up, a solid wrist, and is able to just bat that down. That's a great reactionary save.
Our save of the game brought to you by Stone Brewing. And we'll take a look here at how this contest unfolded. But statistically speaking, for these two sides, it was just a difference here in this first half of 21 3 shots. Reno dominant in that first period.
Yeah, Reno had the run of play in that first half. It's a lovely little pass by Bone there to Langsdorff. He sets it up well with a little back heel to himself. Langsdorff's able to lose his defender. It's an easy tap in for a goal scorer like Langsdorff.
And in the second period again here, Langsdorff with a couple opportunities. This one was not cleared fully. And in the end, it was Tucker Bone. Not much you can do from that far out.
I think there's just a moment of hesitation by Guerrero. How do I clear it? He loses his footing, and Bone smartly takes a touch and just plays that into the far post. That is just taking advantage of your opportunity. And again, here we have Colin Martin dancing, draws 3 players, and Alvarez makes this nice little diagonal run in there and then buries it. That goal is going to go a long way for the future games coming up for Loyal. That composure, they need more of that. That was their first shot within the box. Everything else has come from outside the box, so they need to get in there into more dangerous positions.
Yeah, that will go a long way, absolutely, here in the month of August and even beyond for Loyal. But after they made it 2-1, Reno comes right back with a third of the night.
This one's just a heartbreaker because Loyal's pressing up. Guerrero does well to drive him wide. Clementa's trying to get back, but Apodaca just puts the perfect angle to put that away.
Off the bench, Apodaca 3-1 Reno, and that is the final tonight here. This is the way that the full match plays out. And 29-18, after a start of 21-3, shots-wise, actually became much more even.
And it just shows that Loyal had a response. They changed things after that first half and evened out numbers that were quite scary, to be honest, if you're a Loyal fan in that first half and lucky to go into halftime at a 1-0 loss, down 1-0.
Well, that'll do it for us here tonight. 3-1 is the final. Reno with 18 points atop Group A right now as they head back home to Washoe County, the trip to Southern California. For Hall of Famer Shannon McMillan, I'm Jack Cronin signing off here tonight. San Diego and Reno. 3-1 is your final from Torero Stadium. A well-played half. Reno coming right back with 2 in the second. 3-1 full time. Good evening.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League Championship cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the expressed written consent of the United Soccer